DETV News is powered by DART, Delaware's transit service. Moving forward.
Tonight, the FBI is offering a reward for a man charged with raping a child. Plus, some Delaware school sporting events will soon have new security measures in place, and we'll take you to a very special, unique summer camp. Those stories and much more coming up tonight on DETV News. Good evening and welcome to DETV News. I'm Matt Ford. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Here's what's making headlines today across the first state. The FBI is offering a $5,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of Nehemia Garcia, 21 years old, charged with raping a child at the YMCA Hanby Outdoor Center in Brandywine 100. Back on June 13th, Garcia allegedly lured an 8-year-old into the showers and assaulted the child. According to the FBI, he faces charges on first-degree rape and dangerous crimes against a minor. A warrant was issued for Garcia on June 26th, and he was later charged with unlawful flight to avoid prosecution. The FBI released a photo of Garcia. He's described as a black male, 5 feet 9 inches tall, with black hair and brown eyes. He has ties to Philadelphia as well as Cape Coral, Florida. And in other news tonight, a 57-year-old Milford man who was sought for allegedly shooting a woman to death and then setting a fire to a home in Stanton was killed after exchanging gunfire with police. This happened Sunday morning when state police say the man broke into his ex-wife's home and fired multiple rounds at 2 people inside, hitting a 22-year-old Wilmington woman. She was pronounced dead at the scene. A 20-year-old Wilmington man, the other person who was inside that home, fled to a nearby Exxon gas station to call police. The owner was not home at the time, and police say the 2 victims were former family members of the suspect. After the shooting, police say the suspect set fire to the home and then drove off. The suspect's vehicle was later found near the C&D Canal, while the suspect himself had climbed onto the lower level of a high-tension electrical tower. Police say they spent 4 hours trying to negotiate with the man. Authorities say he fired a weapon at troopers, which resulted in an exchange of gunfire. 3 troopers returned gunfire, killing the man. The names of those involved have not yet been released, pending family notification. Anyone with information regarding this case is asked to call 302-741-2821. And in other news tonight, authorities have identified the woman who died after a car crashed into a tree over the weekend. It happened at Rittenhouse Park on the 200 block of West Chestnut Hill Road in Newark. Police say they were called to the park for reports of an argument. Officers say at the scene they found a Ford F-150 pickup truck that had struck a tree in the park. In the back seat of the car, police say they found a woman who sustained life-threatening injuries. She was pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators believe the vehicle in this incident was leaving the park at high rate of speed when, for an unknown reason, it left gravel roadway and struck the tree. Police later identified the victim as 46-year-old Catherine Spanas of Newark. According to investigators, the driver fled the area before officers arrived at the park. Authorities announced Monday that they had also identified the male driver in this incident. His name has not yet been released and charges have not been filed at this time. Anyone with information on this incident is urged to contact Newark Police. Their number is 302-366-7100. And turning to other news, the Mid-Atlantic area is set for heavy rainfall this week, with Tropical Storm Debbie will likely make impact in Delaware closer to the weekend. Debbie made landfall in Florida as a Category 1 hurricane. The National Weather Service has issued a flood watch for Newcastle County from 2 p.m. today, Tuesday, August 6th, until tomorrow, Wednesday, August 7th, around noontime. Remnants from Debbie are expected to arrive over the coming weekend, and forecasters say the heaviest rain will likely fall from late Friday into Saturday. By the end of the week, parts of the state could see half a foot or more of rain. Although it won't be a hurricane once it reaches our area, of course, the threat of severe flooding and serious weather, some experts have advice on how to prepare for the worst. They say to make sure that you have 72 hours of food and water available. And a good rule of thumb, they say, is to have 1 gallon of water per individual per day on hand. Also, you want to make sure you have gas in your car. Make sure that you've got canned food in case you lose electric to your home. And you want to make sure that that cell phone is charged up as much as possible. Good tips there. We'll certainly keep you updated on our broadcast throughout this week. And the Delaware Interscholastic Athletic Association's Board of Directors will not hold its monthly meeting just days after Governor John Carney signed 3 bills affecting the organization. The Delaware public meeting calendar shows a quorum could not be met for this Thursday's meeting. Senate Bill 259, which alters the board's composition, remains unsigned by Governor Carney. 5 vacancies currently exist on the DIAA board. Michael Rodriguez resigned to lead Aspira Academy, and Susan Haberstroth is temporarily filling his spot. 11 of the 16 current members must attend for a quorum. Senate Bill 281, now law, allows high school students 1 transfer before their junior year without penalty. Additional transfers incur a 30-day sit-out and postseason ban. The timing impacts football programs starting practice for Week 0 games on August 29th. With the August meeting being canceled, DIAA Executive Director Dave Baylor will not provide official transfer policy guidance until September. Baylor can decide on eligibility waivers with appeals to a 3-member panel. Senate Bill 260 enables DIAA to make regulation decisions without State Board of Education approval. And finally, SB 280 upgrades Baylor's position, giving him a raise. The DIAA board is scheduled to next meet on September 12th. And speaking of sports, in Sussex County, the Indian River School District has announced it's implementing a new weapons detection system for some high school athletic events beginning this fall. The system will be in place for events at the Indian River and Sussex Central High Schools and help staff identify prohibited items such as firearms, knives, and other weapons. Officials say the system uses low-frequency electromagnetic technology that does not impact medical or electronic devices and is also safe for children as well as pregnant women. The system will be used for certain sports games, including football and basketball. And summer camp is a cherished tradition for many children, but for some, the typical camp experience isn't always accessible. DETV's Evan Jurista takes a closer look at a special camp designed to ensure children with Down syndrome can enjoy the same fun-filled day as their peers. Take a look.
At first glance, the days of summer camp is a fairly typical K-5 experience. It has games, opportunities for campers to socialize and build friendships, and special guest-led activities. And that's because creating these typical, almost mundane experiences is the goal for a demographic that might not be afforded them elsewhere.
Children with Down syndrome have a lot of special needs sometimes that need to be accommodated in camp settings. Some of the typical camps that are offered in the community aren't able to accommodate those needs.
That's Lauren Camp-Gates, Executive Director of the Down Syndrome Association of Delaware. Since 2010, the Down Syndrome Association has held days of summer for children 3 to 10 with Down syndrome and their siblings free of charge. Held at Tatnall High School, this year's camp ran from July 29th to August 2nd from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily, in which time campers enjoyed crafts, outdoor activities, magic shows, and more. What sets Days of Summer apart from other camps in the community is the 1-to-1 camper-to-counselor ratio and the certified teacher and nurse present on-site daily. This model is designed to ensure every child's unique needs are met, and Lauren seems confident it'll be used well into the future.
Camp continues to expand with the number of campers we have and the volunteers that we have involved.
This is Evan Jurista with DETV. Back to you, Matt.
It's certainly heartwarming to see how the Days of Summer Camp is making a difference, ensuring that every child, regardless of their needs, can experience the joys of summer camp. In other news tonight, 15 firefighters are joining the ranks of the Wilmington Fire Department. Members of the 43rd recruit class graduated from the 13-week training academy recently. The recruits endured both physically and mentally demanding training, emerging not only with national certifications as Firefighter 1 and 2, but also as emergency medical technicians. Fire Chief John Looney encouraged the graduates to follow in the footsteps of the veteran members of the department and to try to improve every day. The president of the recruit class, probationary firefighter Xavier Gadsden, reminded class members to continue to live by the department mantra, which is dedication and valor. The new firefighters will complete a 1-year probationary period rotating through fire stations before they receive their permanent station assignments. Congratulations to them. And finally, before we sign off tonight, the 8th annual Mill Summit drew hundreds of emerging leaders from diverse backgrounds to Wilmington today. This premier gathering connects professionals, change makers, rising stars, and community leaders eager to make a difference. Attendees are inspired to speak up, get involved, grow professionally, and engage with visionaries pushing for progress. The summit offers extensive learning opportunities in leadership, professional development, nonprofit and community service, government and public service, arts, personal wellness, entrepreneurship, finance, and more. Since its inception in 2017, the Mill Summit has evolved from a regional conference to a nationally recognized event. Hosted by the nonprofit Spur Impact Association, it unites Gen Xers, Millennials, and Gen Zers under one roof, fostering a culture of growth, innovation, and collaboration. I had the chance to attend earlier today with Ivan Thomas here of DETV, and we certainly had a great time there with everyone who was there. That's going to do it for tonight's edition of DETV News. Be sure to follow us all across your favorite social media platforms. And for a look at what's happening all around Delaware, you know where to go, detvch.com. And to drop us a comment, question, or to send us a news tip, or just to say hi, send that to press@detvch.com. We would love to hear from you. And for all of us here at DETV News, I'm Matt Ford. We'll be right back here tomorrow night. Take care. We don't talk about prostate cancer enough, and it's the most diagnosed form of cancer and the second most common cause of cancer death among Black men in both Delaware and the United States. Approximately 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime, but just by asking your healthcare provider if you should get a screening could help you detect prostate cancer early and save your life. So let's talk about it. Talk to your healthcare provider today about a prostate cancer screening if you are 40 years of age or older, or have a family history of prostate cancer. If you don't have insurance, or if your insurance doesn't pay for cancer screenings, Screening for Life may provide you with the screenings that you need, and nurse navigators make this process easier. To learn more, visit healthydelaware.org/prostate or call 211. Ask your healthcare provider about a prostate cancer screening, and you're asking for so much more.
My name is Jason Aviles, and I am the founder and owner of Fly Yogi, and I'm here to share with you some tips to be able to help fight opioid addiction. Opioid addiction is a real growing problem here in America, and I'm here to share with you some tips that you can be able to integrate into your everyday life to really fight against opioid addiction. One of the first things is redeveloping your mindset. One of the practices that I like to use daily is meditation. And what meditation does is it brings you clarity of mind, and it helps keep you grounded, and it improves your ability to make decisions that you are going to benefit from. A lot of the time we find that addiction is rooted in our mindset. It's rooted in how we think and how we perceive, and therefore how we act. So this is a really good way to help fight against that energy of addiction. The second thing is improving your lifestyle through diet and exercise. At the very root of addiction, there is substances within the body that's causing the addiction on a physical level. When we begin to introduce healthier foods, plant-based foods, we begin to remove and detox the substances that are in our body that's causing and attracting the addiction. So through incorporating more fresh fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, and even drinking water on a daily basis, you're going to put your body in a state where it's going to be able to fight the root causes of these addictions. The second part is exercise. Exercise is good for mood. It's good for energy. It's good to increase vitality. It's good to get your heart pumping and get your blood flowing and get oxygen moving throughout the body. So through engaging in physical exercise, complemented by incorporating healthier foods, you're putting your body and your mind in a state where it does not want what's causing these things that are manifesting negatively in your life. So addiction can really be decreased by just incorporating a healthier lifestyle through diet and nutrition, exercise, and then also making sure that you're tackling the mind through mindset, through meditation.